Hi everyone! If you are not a property agent in Singapore, now you can join the Monopoly Challenge organized by Propnex, a listed real estate company in the Singapore Straits Times Index. The entrance fee is zero, free of charge, and you could stand a chance to win the prize worth $108,000. Sounds attractive, right? Okay, so I have joined this Monopoly Championship in May. So I have failed in the first qualifying round. I am actually quite familiar with the game rules. I have been to the masterclass and playing with a few of my friends. The rules are very similar to the normal Monopoly game if you have played before as a child, but this is an accelerated version built on Singapore property context. So after doing some self-reflection, I come up with some of the weakness on why I failed. Before that, let me explain a bit on how to win the game. So this is the Monopoly board game which I bought from Propnex edition. So inside the board game, let me show you a quick glance. There are booklets to explain the game rules on how to play. You can have a read, and of course it comes with the board, which is okay. So this is the board. Yeah, definitely this is different from the normal Monopoly game because it's built on Singapore property context. There are 4 regions, starting with the cheaper region is industrial region, and then we have the outside central region, OCR, rest of central region, RCR, and the most expensive region, the CCR, core central region. So this is different. And inside the game, there are tokens for the player, houses, hotels, a lot of Monopoly money. The cards are the land title deeds. There are also electric company, water company, and Propnex companies. And there are chance and community chest card. When you step on the question mark and community chest, you stand a chance to whether get money or pay money, depends on your luck. How to win the game? In 1.5 hours later, the player with the most net worth, adding up all the cash, the property value, and the land value, will be the table champion and then qualify to the next level of game. First lesson is do not buy overvalue assets. In other words, it refers to the land titles deed in this game. As an accelerated version of the Monopoly game at the beginning, everyone is given an equal number of land title deeds, but with different land price, and also some may not get the land title but will get the Propnex company or water or electric company, which we could not build any houses. Before the game start, right, the banks will auction a few land titles. In this case, I think I have made 2 bids to get the land title deeds, which are overvalued than the actual land valuation. So, for example, we look at Bedok. The land price is just $180. The bank will start the auction price at $180. So when I try to bid higher and higher, I ended up paying extra 50% of this price to the bank, which is really bad and hurt the cash position. And we also need to note that having the land title deeds doesn't mean anything. The rental without any houses only contribute to very little rental. So for Bedok, right, if you take a look, the rental is just $14 without any houses. But if let's say I already pay extra, it will take some time for me to recoup the cash that I pay at the start. So the lesson learned here, right, is not to buy overvalued assets. It is okay to buy at fair value in good location. Good location meaning people have high possibility to land on your houses, or with a possibility of getting higher rental yield, which is usually at the CCR region with the highest rental yield. While these 2 lanes consider good location, the outside central region and the rest of central region. Of course, in reality, the auction price is usually lower than the market price, just because this is a game, right? The starting auction price is equal to the land price. Second is about cash flow management. The purpose of cash is either to pay off expenses such as taxes, rental when you step into other people's house, or pay to get out of jail. The second usage of cash is to build houses and hotels. To pay off expenses is unavoidable. By chance, no one can escape completely from not paying anything, while some may have less chance to get into trouble. So everyone will be given the same amount of cash, $1,500, before the game starts. We are also given 3 houses to build. Of course, we need to pay for the house cost based on the areas. So the industrial area, the houses is the cheapest lah. In the game, it say $50, and then the OCR, $100 per house, and then the RCR, $150 per house, and the CCR, $200 per house. I think all the players are very smart. They take the opportunity to build houses at expensive region, or the region that have frequent chance of being landed. So in the game, it is important to keep track on the cash amount on hand to prepare to pay rent when we might step into other people's house anytime. When we can see other people start to build houses which may cost a potential renter $500 to $700 to $1,000, I should always make sure I have enough just in case. But very unfortunately, I landed on some expensive place a few times. Then I got not enough cash. That is when I have to use up all my cash to pay, and am forced to sell some of my houses at 50% loss to the bank. So the moment I start to sell house, that is the moment I start to make realized loss. The lesson learned is that always make sure I have enough cash to pay off expenses to avoid being forced in situation to sell off houses at loss. There is a midpoint to not to hold too much cash on hand because it doesn't bring extra value, and also not to hold too little cash on hand because we might face difficult situation and need to pay expenses. This game is definitely educational to teach about financial literacy. To win the game, I would say it is 50% strategy and 50% luck. Having a strategy is very important because this is a long game. Just like in our life, we have to work 30 to 40 years going through and getting salary every month, which is at the goal here, $200 every round. Collecting salary every round may seem a lot at the first few rounds of the game, but if we do not take any action to build assets and realize it or not, right, we actually do not have any chance to get extra income. Also, we sometimes end up to pay higher and higher rental to other people because we do not have any bargaining power for not owning any assets. The other 50% I would say is luck. Some people might not be so lucky to get good lands, or maybe just having to go to jail many times, or having some bad luck to keep on paying taxes and expenses. No matter what, I think we are still having the 50% strategy to win the game. Even though you have zero luck, you will have at least a chance to step on your own land and start building assets. Just need to make sure that you are prepared at that moment, having enough cash to survive and extra cash to build assets. Opportunity might be rare, but when it's right, it is important to grab it and start building assets. Not only one, but if you know it works, right, you need to build 2 or 3 or 4 houses at once. So that's my take for this game. Okay, do comment below if you have any question or you have any strategy to share. Thank you so much for watching this, and we will see you in the next one again.